Hello, welcome to a new podcast that Melvin and I have started called the Bitlog. We wanted to name it something involving a backlog of games, since, it's all about video games, but that is taken. And anyway, I don't want to introduce too much more. Here's episode 1. Hope you enjoy.
Last year in the United States, home video game sales hit $1.1 billion, driven by the game's popularity among 8 to 14-year-old boys.
Best games are the ones that have like a lot of levels and you can't pass right away. You have to take a while.
Hey everyone, welcome to a new podcast. This is Ryan, one of your hosts, and with me I have my friend Melvin. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Just the usual. Games, and more games whenever I can actually have the time.
Yes. busy life you have over there. Not envious of you right now.
Babies are great.
This is true. And your baby is especially great.
I'm incredibly lucky. She's just chill. Unless she's hungry or wet, she's chill.
Me too. So I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's a fair thing.
Oh, man. So some of you might realize that we also have another podcast. This will be our second one. I don't know if we'll say one is the main one or not, but we do have Screen Snipe as well with our friend Eric. He is, it's harder to get everyone scheduled together and talk about stuff, and especially games like we're going to focus on with this show. But if you like any other nerdy stuff, TV shows, anime, you can go check out Screen Snipe.
Yeah, Screen Snipe is basically this, nerd in general. This will be a little bit more what we've been playing, what we're looking forward to video game wise.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if we'll even go as far as like reviews or anything like that. We're just kind of gonna riff a little bit about them. Yeah.
Personal opinion type of deal.
Exactly. We're no experts, we're no critics, but we do love video games.
Absolutely.
So, obviously the elephant in the room is Elden Ring, right?
Absolutely. That's like just be honest from the get-go. That's mainly what I've been playing for a bit now.
Absolutely. Since it launched, I think that's the only game that I have launched, so it's gotten all of my free time.
I've tried multiple times to not only launch that one game, and it's won out every time.
It's really hard not to.
It's so good.
Because besides being an obvious, Soulsborne type of game with the combat, it's really not, right? Because that's the open.
Thing. So I know that's the main difference between us is I am a Soulsborne fanboy. And correct me if I'm wrong, the past ones have not really been your thing.
No, not at all. Except Sekiro. I spent some time with that, but not enough. I didn't finish it or anything.
Sekiro's fantastic because Sekiro's like a very different path. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's true.
That might catch you.
Yeah, it's not Dark Souls.
No, not really. It's great though. Elden Ring, in my opinion at least, is Dark Souls. Like I don't know how they've done it where they've been able to like make an open world and grab some nice things from Sekiro, especially about the movement. But like it still feels like a Souls game to me. And I don't know what they've done specifically to like grasp a larger audience, because that's what I'm seeing is a lot of people that were not about the Dark Souls game has been raving and ranting about this game, about how great it is, and I agree with them. But it still just feels like a Souls game to me, which to me is a good thing, but everybody seems to be fine with it, and I don't understand it. I'm happy about it, but I don't get it.
On the opposite side of the spectrum there, as we've said, I never was into the Souls games, right? I've tried Dark Souls 2. I've tried Dark Souls 3. I played
Wait.
Bloodborne.
Tell me you didn't start with Dark Souls 2.
No, I think I tried Dark Souls 3 was the first one that I opened up. Had the initial trouble of getting past the first boss.
Of course.
Rage quit. Came back a few months later. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna really get into it and do this. And did get past that. Played it for maybe a few hours until I got to another one, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have the patience. Can't do it. Not gonna do it.
Actually, you know what? With the way that you just explained it, I think that's why Elden Ring might be a little bit more approachable. Is
yes.
In Dark Souls, it was pseudo open world. You have 2-3 different paths, and I hear a lot of what you're saying is you hit a wall. Okay, I'll go check something else. I'll check a different path, and then you hit a wall. But then eventually, all you got are walls now, and you have nothing to do other than play the same area over and over again and get killed by a boss. Where in Elden Ring, I'm just gonna go that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that is what was immediately appealing to me. Because because of my previous experience with the Souls games, I knew Elden Ring was coming out. I knew that it, has been, being worked on for forever, and other people were hyped about it launching. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And George R.R. Martin is involved in some fashion, so I thought that was cool. But it was never really on my radar as, yeah, I'm gonna get that game. What I was really looking forward to was Horizon Forbidden West, and I tried to get that game.
Oh man,
several times.
I feel so bad for Horizon because it happened again.
It did.
It happened again, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I loved the first one, and I can't believe it happened again.
I know.
It's just undercut right as it's starting to stand up.
Because by very similar games, really.
Yep. Yep.
Because the first one was in the shadow of Breath of the Wild, and now this is very much in the shadow of Elden Ring.
Yeah. There's no way the devs are not like, what cosmic horror did we make mad? What is this?
The ulcerated tree spirit. That's the one. That's the one they made mad, for sure.
Clearly.
Oh, man. I only thought of that because I
the...
ran into another one last night when I was playing, and it was the last boss that I've beaten, so it's fresh in my memory here.
Yep.
Oh, man. But yeah, I wasn't looking forward to it at all, really. Horizon I was, and I tried to get it. I had a fiasco. I put out a whole video about it. What
was the trouble?
It was not meant to be. Okay, I tried to get the mega edition, the Regala edition of it that came with like a couple statues and some other stuff. Anyway, whatever. And when it was available to pick up at my Best Buy, I went to get it. And the night that I went to pick it up, I didn't realize that they closed at the same time that my store closes. So obviously I couldn't get it because they were already closed when I went by. Whatever.
Naturally.
Excuse me. Went the next day to get it. I was like, okay, cool. No problem. I'll just get it the next day. I get there and they're like, no, we can't give it to you.
What?
Exactly my question. Turns out they had, and I don't know if this was a glitch on the website or what, in their system, the release date for the game had changed. It had become like 3 weeks after the real release date. So they were like, no, you can't get this. It's not out yet. Excuse me. It's sitting right in front of me.
It's a Google search. This is
right.
A Google search problem. What are they doing?
It makes no sense. And anyway, it was a big hassle. They wouldn't let me get it. I tried to talk to everyone under the sun that worked for Best Buy, you know, managers, the 1-800 number, employees trying to talk to their managers and other people that they call to help with this stuff. No one could resolve it. I wasn't waiting 3 weeks for it. Luckily, I found another Mega Regala edition on Amazon. So I order it. I canceled the order with Best Buy. All is well, right?
Should be. Doesn't sound like it's gonna be, but
Nope.
should be.
Nope, it was not. My Amazon one arrived, and it looked like someone had chewed on it and opened it up and like put it back, like just taped everything back up. I'm like, there's no way. So I returned that one too, and I just washed my hands of it. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Not getting this game. Elden Ring comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna take a chance on it.
So yeah, like it sounds like that game was just doomed from the start for you. Like
Yes, and I don't get it. I still will never understand what happened with
whatever
Best Buy.
Eldritch horror, man. They've been cursed somehow.
It's ridiculous. So anyway, I don't have Horizon Forbidden West. I do have Elden Ring, and I love it.
Yeah, it's. I'm trying so hard to like savor it and not just run through it, because the Soulsborne games are basically just not as quickly as possible, but just run through all the main bosses as quickly as I can, get as powerful as I can, finish it off, and then from there explore. But Elden Ring, I'm really trying to like, where's all the caves, where's all the loot, where's all the little side bosses, just trying to really savor it. I haven't even beaten it yet, like the last boss, and that's pretty unheard of for me. I don't know why. I wish I wasn't, but I'm one of these people that finish a game within the first week they buy it, if not the first couple days.
Mm-hmm. How many hours have you put into it?
I wouldn't say it's a ton, but I don't know. You
Okay.
be that judge. 39.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's pretty similar. I think I have 35 or 36, something like that. So pretty similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that you're further than me.
Maybe not, because like I said, I've been doing a lot of like just side exploring.
Mm-hmm.
You might have caught up.
Well, it could be. I don't know. I have. I mean, it's been out long enough that I'm just going to talk about some of this stuff. Whatever. Spoiler warning to some of you that could be listening.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and spoil the 2 tidbits of story that you get without reading every description from every item.
Yeah, exactly. This game is so cryptic. It's funny sometimes. But so I have 2 great runes. I've beaten Godric. I've beaten Renala.
Same.
The last I played was last night for a very brief amount of time. I'm working into Redmane Castle, which I know what waits for me there, and General Radon. Haven't started the fight yet though.
So that's roughly where I am. Like it sounds like we're very, very similar.
Okay.
In terms of how far we are. I don't know what level you are, but he one-shots me. I fought him twice, and he one-shot me before I could even get to him.
Oh my god.
So that's one of the reasons I've been like, just all right, I'm just gonna explore as much as possible.
Yeah.
And it's been so difficult to resist using the
Kamehameha
runes. Well, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing magic, so I'm not doing easy mode magic.
Yeah, I'm doing like melee only.
Melee incantations. So some spells, but not the Kamehameha. No, the rune grinding area. I'm sure at some point you've at least heard of it.
I've seen a couple different spots where you can do it, and I've found decent areas myself where I'll go and do that, but I don't think I've abused it, we'll say.
So there's definitely one spot in particular that you can get, I think it's roughly 1 million an hour if you do it right.
Oh god. Yeah, I definitely have not done or seen anything like that.
But that's if like it's got to be pretty specific, and you got to be pretty strong to do that quickly.
Okay.
But with just a bow, just a bow and some arrows, you could do 11,000 runes every 10 seconds.
What?
Roughly, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, no.
Oh yeah, and that's without using the items and the talisman for upping the amount of runes that you get per kill.
Right. Which I have not found that talisman. I want to
just
find
got
it.
that one today.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I would like that. Right now, I'm on the hunt for a better weapon. because I've been using the same katana since the same one you get at the beginning of the game. It's like a plus 13
it's a good
now.
one though.
It is.
It's a good one.
It's gotten me this far, so it can't be bad.
No, it's. I mean, I've experimented with quite a bit of the weapons, and I finally settled on the Berserk homage greatsword.
That thing is so cool.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have better DPS weapons. I could, to be absolutely honest with you, but everything gets stunned when I smack it.
Oh, well, that's huge.
It's enormous. Yeah, it doesn't even. It barely matters the size of the enemy. They flinch. So.
Oh man.
Swing away.
So it has a lot of like, what do you call it? Like poise breaking or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I might have to switch because I have a bunch of weapons that I've found, but I have not really experimented enough. I've been using the same armor for quite a while.
Same.
I've been keeping, like medium load so that I'm not fat rolling everywhere. But
no, can't fat roll.
No. Do not want to do that. I do want to experiment with greatswords because I have so many of them just sitting there right now. And using the guts one just sounds so cool now.
Absolutely, it is.
Oh man, yeah, it's man, the game is something special, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Whereas if I was facing, because it's still a hard game. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I feel like I'm getting better now. But if I came across the same roadblocks that I have while playing Dark Souls 3, for instance, I would have quit. But it doesn't even make me mad in this game. I'm just like, well, let me try again. Or, oh man, I'm definitely not going to be able to do that now. Let me just go any other direction and find something cool to do.
There's so much to go find.
Yeah.
It might be worth, once you finally get Elden Ring nice and packed away and finished, maybe air it out a little bit. Try Dark Souls again. 3 specifically. I wouldn't touch the older ones just because unless you have some nostalgia, I don't think it's going to catch you.
Right. I mean, I have thought about it. Yeah, once Elden Ring is done, I do think I want to do that. I think I'll go back. And I know our friend Bees, I know he wants Elden Ring, but he is like, no, I need to go back and play Dark Souls 2 and 3 and finish those before.
What?
I don't know. I don't know why he wants to do that, but
that's wrong.
It does feel wrong.
I mean, it's not even the same story. Whatever there is.
Yeah, he's not saying that he needs to finish it because of that, but he's already got them. He's never completed them, so he wants to do it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh man, I don't know how he's able to keep himself like that, but all right.
No clue, because even I don't know. I would have bought into the hype by this point and got it anyway.
Yeah, it's all over the place. You can't, like, if you go anywhere near any kind of gaming media, Elden Ring is mentioned right now.
Absolutely. Like, my entire subscription feed on YouTube is Elden Ring videos in some form or fashion.
Absolutely. So I must ask, is there anything that has consistently lost to when you go to boot up a game, you keep booting up Elden Ring? Is there anything else like trying to win that spot and it's just not doing it? Or is Elden Ring pretty much what you've been doing?
Oh, you mean like right now? Is there anything else that I've been tempted to play? No. No, not at all. I mean, no, that's not true. I am looking forward to the new Kirby game. And
yes, I remember you telling me that the demo came out for it, and I, like a dummy, have not downloaded it and tried it.
And you know what? Me neither. I was very excited to hear that they put a demo up because it's unlike Nintendo to do something like that for one of their own games. And a new Kirby game is pretty monumentous, right? Like it's a big game.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be a big game.
I can't remember when the last dedicated Kirby game came out.
I thought about this too, and there are more than I realized. I'm gonna pull up the list again. The last one was Star Allies,
Right.
which was also a Switch title.
Totally forgot about that one.
Me too. I think a lot of people have. Okay, I'm looking at the list here. So there's Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's the new one that we're talking about.
Right.
There was an eShop game, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Kirby Star Allies, 2018. So a little bit ago, but I feel like,
A little bit.
you know, fairly recent in comparison to some other games. But before that, there were 3, 4, 5 3DS games with Kirby. Oh no, one is not a Kirby game. So 4 3DS games.
I don't want to be the guy that's gonna say that those don't count, but like for consoles, when was the last one?
Okay, for consoles, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because the last one for console, and these include like all the re-releases too, so this is hard to filter through.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. Those are, I would say that the 3DS ones are legitimate entries because Planet Robobot, did you play that one?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I do enjoy Kirby games, but I haven't played a Kirby game other than like originals and like re-releases since I think the latest. Not that it's the latest in any kind of way. Was the Kirby 64 was the last like main entry, other
Oh,
than
wow.
just re-releases of older ones.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, been quite a while. There've been
Oh yeah.
so many since then. So many. I would say that Kirby is more of a handheld franchise, really.
can agree with
Because
that.
even the very first Kirby game was a Game Boy game. Kirby Dreamland. Kirby's Dreamland, sorry.
Right. Right.
And yeah, there have always been console ones. Kirby's Adventure was next on the NES, but then it was, you know, it was right back to Game Boy with the other Dreamland games. I'm trying to see when the last legitimate console one was. I'm gonna go through this whole list here. Okay, where's the N64 one? Because that's kind of our jumping off point.
2000.
Okay, yeah, 2000. After that, was there any? GameCube. Okay, Kirby's Air Ride, but that's a spinoff.
Yeah, that's I suppose if you really want to stretch and pick that one, it could be. I suppose.
I mean, I guess, but that's not like the heart of Kirby, right?
Nah.
It was a good game. I liked it, but wouldn't call it a main entry. Yeah, I don't know. It must be. Oh, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Okay.
Oh yeah.
For the Wii. I see. That was 2010.
That was still a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Uh-huh. It's still not exactly around the bend.
No. Yeah, I feel dumb because I have not played the demo for Forgotten Land.
Yeah, that's a mistake. Really need to, for both of us.
Definitely. I feel so dumb about it.
Yeah.
I like Kirby a lot. Now I've watched people play parts of the demo, like on streams or whatever, and it looks cool. I like the kind of more. I'm not going to call it open world because I don't think it is, but
Well, I was about to. That was one of my questions. Is this the first, like, not open world, 3D?
I feel like
Lack
it
of a better
is.
word?
Yeah, it looks like a 3D Mario game, right? Where
Right.
you go into a world and then you have a bunch of things you can do, blah blah blah. Like Mario Odyssey style Kirby game.
Right.
I think it is the first that's like that, which seems very promising.
It does seem very promising because, let's be honest, obviously one of the main appeals to Kirby games is the, suck up enemies and gain their abilities.
Mhm.
And having that, like, not quite open world, but like, the more like Odyssey, a little bit more space to explore and look around. I could see them get pretty interesting with the powers that you might be able to mess with.
Oh, for sure. Especially with the what are they calling it? I want to say big mouth mode. I know it's not big mouth mode. What are they calling it? Oh my god.
I'm not sure.
It's like full mouth mode. Is that what it's called? Oh man, Kirby full mouth mode, mouthful mode. Okay,
Mouth. You were close.
yeah, freaking mouthful mode. Just the the short video of him like trying to inhale the whole car but can't quite do it. So it's just him stretched around
Yeah,
the
it's
car.
a ridiculous visual.
Oh my god. And the freaking vending machine. Oh man. It just
Well,
looks fun.
it absolutely does, but I can't help but think that there's going to be some like Kirby lore sticklers that's going to look at that and go, "That's BS. He could eat that for sure."
Oh, definitely. Because in one of the newer ones for 3DS, he inhales an entire giant eel that's like easily
I've seen.
like 100 times bigger than him.
Right. I haven't played that game, but I have seen what you're talking about, and it is ridiculous looking.
It's so insane. Just the thought of the phrase Kirby lore sticklers, though, just
I mean, there's sticklers for everything, man. They exist all over the place.
yeah, they're out there for sure. Someone's sitting there typing away right now, like, "No, Kirby can eat a whole galaxy. What is wrong with you?"
But see, I don't know if you ever watched the old cartoon for Kirby. I think he can.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that was explained in that. Yeah, I do think they say that his stomach is basically another galaxy or something.
Something to that effect, yeah.
What in the world?
Nintendo.
Yeah. Yep. Good one-word answer. Nintendo.
Yep.
Man.
Well, just to get back to the reason I asked was because the game I was previously playing that got replaced by Elden Ring was Dying Light 2.
Oh, right. That was a thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Was a thing. I had been looking forward to that game for a very long time, and I had been watching it, and I was very hyped about it. And then with the constant delays and the company running out of money and stuff of that nature, I was worried about its existence.
Sure.
And it finally came out, and I'm not sure if I was happy or disappointed with it.
Oh no.
Well, because the gameplay is fantastic. I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you. The combat, the parkour, the whole like actual gameplay part of the game is great and a blast. The story is nonsensical garbage that you don't care about. And everybody is like, "Wow, I think I don't care about anybody here."
Well,
It's very odd.
yeah, that seems disappointing for sure.
That part is, but man, it's fun to just bash zombies' head in. Like they did real good on that. If that's all you're looking for, great news.
See, it does look cool. The gameplay. I've seen video and stuff of it. Looks cool, and I would say at any other point I would probably play it and would be enthralled with it.
But
you know, Miyazaki put out this game.
Yep.
It's impossible to not play it.
What's next then?
Well, so you know, another. I fell victim to this with two games now. Well, three if you count the Kirby demo. Another game that I have been looking forward to since they announced it. I can't remember when. Over a year ago was Triangle Strategy for the Switch. Because one of my favorite games of all time is Final Fantasy Tactics, you know, strategy, tactical RPG. I love that style of game. Triangle Strategy, worst game in history of names. Not worst game, worst name in history of games is what.
You threw me off there for a moment.
Yeah, sorry. Not worst game, worst name for a game ever to exist.
It does not explain even slightly what it is.
No, it does not. But yeah, it was one of my most anticipated games and it has been out for like a week or two now, and I haven't not even thought about buying it. So no clue what's happening to me right now.
I mean, I hadn't even heard of it until you mentioned it to me a while ago, and it does look very interesting because I have always liked tactic game. I actually never played the Final Fantasy Tactics, even though I probably should because
Yes.
all I can compare this to is Fire Emblem,
Okay. Yeah.
which by far one of my most favorite series. I absolutely love all those games.
hmm hmm
So this looks very interesting, and the more and more looking at it, it's pretty. It's surprisingly pretty.
Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah, the art style I'm seeing here is fantastic.
That whole engine that Square has, I forget what they call it, HD 2D. Yeah, I think it's called HD 2D. They've made good use of it. Octopath Traveler was another one. I think that may have been the first one that used it. And now this, and I think there's some others. But just like how good it looks for basically high resolution pixel art
Mhm.
is amazing. Like super watercolor kind of feel. Yeah, looks cool.
It really does look fantastic. It's something I might pay attention to that. But Elden Ring right now.
Definitely. I feel like I just have to at least beat the main game or get close enough to where I feel like I can't get any further without grinding a bunch.
Right, right.
But yeah, I think Triangle Strategy, as dumb of a name as that is, will be
It's
the first one I
questionable.
pivot to. The only problem that I've seen from the couple of streamers that I've watched playing it, the story seems really dry. Like
Really?
very political kind of stuff, you know.
I mean,
Um,
some people get a kick out of that.
for sure, for sure. And I could see the draw to it, but I'm worried that it's just okay, think of typical high fantasy where there's an impossible to pronounce name for every city or race of people or monster. That's what I'm envisioning, and I don't like it,
Hmm hmm
but the gameplay is what I'm here for. Are there any games you're looking for on the horizon?
Uh, well, I mean, Horizon is probably. I want to play Horizon, but I'm like a lot of other people, cannot find a PS5 to save my life.
True.
Well, there's one because I'm quite partial to shooters, and one of the it's been quite some time now since it's come out, but I was looking forward to it at the time that I was pretty disappointed in it. Was Borderlands 3.
Oh yeah.
That's old now, but like I loved the first and the second one was a masterpiece almost. Uh, and the third one was just a disappointment to be absolutely honest with you. And uh, they're coming out with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I believe is the full name of it. I don't
Yeah.
even think it's officially called a Borderlands game, but it is. I believe that's coming out in the next month or so, if a little bit less.
I think so because I've been being served ads for it more, so I feel like
hmm
it has to be around the corner. So it plays like Borderlands, right? Or is it different?
As far as I know, it definitely does play as Borderlands, but one of the main differences is, from my understanding, which I could be wrong, because I've tried not to hype myself up about it and like pay attention too badly.
hmm
Is instead of here's your four characters and that's what you get. I think you actually create your character and create your class, kind of.
Oh, really? Okay,
I believe so.
that could be good.
Yeah, and if I'm hoping that because Ashley Birch is the voice actor for Tiny Tina. I'm hoping she, I don't know, brings more of the appeal and humor from Borderlands 2 that I felt was missing from Borderlands 3. The story for Borderlands 3 was just uninspiring is the best way I can say it. Like it wasn't funny. It felt like it tried way too hard to be funny. I don't know how else to say it. Like it just didn't catch me whatsoever. And she was one of the funniest and different most funniest and different parts of Borderlands 2. So I'm hoping that it could be a nice revival for them and I can actually get into this one.
Yeah, I hope so. I do remember most of the criticism that I heard about 3 was that it was trying way too hard and ended up being not that funny. Which, yeah, I mean that's the primary appeal of the story of Borderlands. I feel like Handsome Jack
Yeah, just a
is
real
ridiculous, and Tiny Tina, of course,
yes.
is also ridiculous.
Well, I don't. You know what? I have to look it up. Actually, I don't know who is one of the main writers for Tiny Tina's Wonderland because I know that Anthony Birch was one of the main writers for the second one, and he got a lot of credit for just how funny it was. And he was not part of the third one in the writing, as far as I
Oh,
remember.
okay, that could explain a lot.
Yeah, that was my assumption.
So, so Tiny Tina's game is it's like you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons kind of game, but you're put into it. Is that kind of the feel that I'm getting from it?
Yeah, so they did a DLC for the second one, for Dark Souls. Wow, still thinking about Souls games. For Borderlands 2, they did a DLC where Tiny Tina was a dungeon master in a Dungeons and Dragons type of game within that world,
Hmm.
and I thought it was a fantastic DLC, and it seems as though a lot of people agreed with me, and they decided to make an entire game about that premise.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it's definitely Dark Soul. Ah, stop it!
Oh, Dark Souls, huh? You can't
It's
escape it.
definitely I can't escape it. It's definitely Dungeons and Dragons flavor. Like let's say you go to open a chest for some guns. There's a little D20 on top of it, and it'll roll the D20, and based off what it rolls is based off the guns that you get, how powerful it is.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and you can even like spend in-game currency to basically give yourself advantage. You roll two D20s and can take the higher roll, like
Ah,
stuff like that. It's really cool.
that's cool. I do like the sound of that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. That would be probably my next, looking forward to game. Other than that, uh, that's pretty much it. Elden Ring, more Elden Ring.
Yep. I'm looking forward to, besides Triangle Strategy, I'm looking forward to going to the, what is it called? The Eternal City of Nokron. Like that's what I want to go to next
Okay.
after I beat Redmane Castle. That'll be my next step.
It's a cool spot.
Looks cool. I got transported there on accident one time and had to fast travel out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't want to stick around.
No, it was scary. All right. Well, anyway, I think it's time for us to end here. Maybe we'll see you all next week. Hopefully, we can get this to be a more recurring thing, a little more often. And it's been fun. This has been an excellent talk, entirely about Elden Ring. Maybe next week we will talk about another game.
We'll try.
Yeah, we'll try. No promises. All right, everyone. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.